Okay. Okay, hi, good afternoon everyone. So thank you for attending today's session. So in front there's an attendance sheet. So please help me to put your name and then your signature and then also your date for today. So, and then pass around. Okay, thank you. All right, okay, so let's do an icebreaking game before we start today's sessions. So everyone with you, once your turn, please stand up, tell your name, and then one beverage, tea-related beverage that you like, and then tell us why. For example, me, my name is David, so I like matcha green tea. Okay, why? Because of the flavor is very light, very soothing, something like that, all right? Can be any drinks, but you don't help me, I like cha time. Cha time, so many beverages. Tell me one thing in cha time, all right? Okay, we start with you.
Hi, my name is Larry. I like green tea latte.
Green tea latte, all right. Why you like green tea latte?
The combination of the green tea and latte and the whipped cream on top is just on point.
Okay, so basically you like green tea, the matcha, and also the milk combination. Okay,
yes.
so you like green color type of teh tarik.
Sort of.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. How about you? The next one.
Okay, I'm gone. I was going to choose matcha latte, but because you picked already, so I'm going to say maybe tea frappuccino.
Tea frappuccino.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, green tea
Interesting.
frappuccino. So because it's ice, it's cold and it's refreshing.
Okay. Not much lady like to drink ice blended
But
stuff.
I have
Okay,
no
you are
choice, so I
different.
picked the latte already.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How about you, gentlemen? This gentleman over here.
Hello everyone, my name is Zach. My favorite tea is actually pu'er.
Pu'er, okay.
I like the deep scent and like the mossy smell of the tea, and then also drinking that kind of tea doesn't keep me up all night. Yeah, so that's why I like that.
Okay, so for those who don't know, pu'er, there are two types. One is raw, one is right. So you like the right pu'er tea?
Yeah,
the right one. So normally the darker color one,
yes.
right? All right. Thank you very much. How about you, the last gentleman?
My name is Alex, and I prefer kok po.
Kok po.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it has the flower taste in there and brings down the sweetness.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Actually, there's a very interesting combination about kok po. It's an accidentally invention about that. I'll tell you after today's session. So, all right. So just a brief introduction about myself. Hi everyone. My name is David. So I'm Jong, but I'm not a Korean. All right. So I have a very sorry, I don't know how to reply back. So I had a very interesting and very rare Chinese surname. So I'm a level 3 certified master of Chinese tea master arts and also the brewery. So how I got this level 3 is basically there are 7 levels, but level 3 is almost kind of the top in Malaysia already. So level 1 is basically the basic stuff about how to brew a tea, basic history about Chinese tea, everything, plantation process, everything. Level 2 is more about art. How you display your tea set, how you choose the right tea set for your tea, something like that. And then sometimes people like to write a poem or put a flower on top, but not all kind of flower. Like you cannot put chrysanthemum on the table because why Chinese very pantang with chrysanthemum, right? Okay, so level 3 is more advanced. So it's like we have to not just understand the process and understand why. And then for our exam is they will give us 30 type of tea. So they will choose 6 out of these 30. We have to guess, have to try, guess it, what type of tea is it, and then some even we have to guess the year of the tea, especially pu'er tea, right? So it's a little bit like wine tasting, but this is tea, all right? So I also certified in whiskey, if you guys understand, if some of you might know, I certified in Edinburgh Whiskey Academy, and then also the Whiskey Ambassador. Why I like whiskey and tea is because of the flavor, and they are quite, the flavor notes is actually quite similar. Like the nose, the plate, and the aftertaste of it. There are many layers of it. So while I'm tasting the tea, I can also use this skill to taste whiskey. So that's why I like this kind of two beverages. All right. So today learning outcome, and everyone let's read together. So upon completion of this program, participants should be able to select the right tea themselves, and the assessment criteria is by threshold assessment criteria by the way of Q&A. Yes. So today my topic is tell you how to choose your cup of tea. Right? Tea is surrounded by us almost every day. While you go mama, you order teh tarik. While you go to zafan, mixed rice, economic rice, you order a sweet cha. Right? If you go to cafe, sometimes you also order a cup of matcha latte or any kind of tea-related beverages. So tea is surrounded by us almost every day, every moment. So, but which one is actually really suit you, right? So today we'll go through a lot of questions. So do stop me if you have any questions, and then I'll try to answer you. All right? Okay, so the first module. So first module basically will cover 3 different topics. So first one, the first module is actually the basic knowledge of tea. So before you go into know what cup of tea you like, you have to understand a bit of basic knowledge so you can understand why you like that tea. So the first topic is the history of tea, and then tea by numbers. So tea by numbers, that one is actually a bit interesting, right? So type of tea. So there's many types of tea, but how many types of tea are there? All right, so let's go to the first topic, basic history of tea. So tea was actually founded by this guy called Shen Nong. So there are 2 versions of him, 2 versions of this story, how he founded it. So one is Shen Nong was an emperor. Right? That's one day he lost the war. So the army escort him to hide in the forest. So while the army actually helped brew the water for him, then there's a wind blew, and then a few leaves actually dropped into the pot of water. But the soldier didn't realize it, and then he served him the drinks, the water. While he drank it, he felt that, hey, this is actually very interesting flavor inside this water. It's a bit bitter, sweet, refreshing. You know? So while he go and look at the pot, he found there's a few tea leaf. And then that's how he discovered, okay, tea leaf can actually brew it into water and make it tea. All right, this is his first version. But the second version is, he's actually a foodie, like Malaysian. So too bad that he's not born in Malaysia, right? So he's a very strong foodie. He liked to go and try every kind of thing. But one day, he accidentally ate a poisonous plant, and he fainted. Do you guys know how many poison plants he have tried?
100.
Looking by the face,
Okay.
I think more than
Okay, more than 100. Okay, how about you? Also,
100.
hundreds. How about
1,000.
thousand probably he'll be like dire. How about Alex? Can you give hundreds also? Okay, actually not that much lah. It's only 72 highly poisoned herbs. Almost, but not that much lah. So he tried 72 highly poisoned herbs, and he lost conscious and fell beside a tall tree. All right, but his subconscious, while the wind blew also, there are few leaves actually dropped inside his mouth, like foodie ma. So his muscle memory tell him to chew. So he keep chew. Few hours later, he woke up and then found that actually the poison is gone. It's been cured. So that's how he discovered about this kind of leaf, and then he slowly invented it into tea. All right.
So the story tells us that everything has got to do with the wind. The wind
Yes.
blew the leaf to the pot and blew the leaf to his
Yeah.
mouth.
So that's why 风水嘛, right? Yes. Okay. But that one is just my theory, so I'm not very sure. All right. Okay. But what we understand about tea today is from this guy called Lu Yu. The basic knowledge that we learn about tea today. He's the one who came out with the first written book about tea in the world, which is called the Classic of Tea, 茶经. All right. You still can find it in a lot of bookstore around the world because that is so popular. A lot of like even government sector and agricultural, even medical industry, they will use this book as a reference to come out with medication or other medical treatment purpose using tea. So this you can get it in a lot of bookstore. All right. So where is tea origin from? Okay. Don't tell me a country. Tell me a specific location.
福建
Fujian.
I'm gonna say Fujian.
Okay. Say something else. Say somewhere else. Maybe you're
I
right.
know what's-
Who knows? Okay. Hunan. Fujian, Hunan,
泉州
Quanzhou. Baiyun is in Guangzhou. Guangzhou, Baiyun. Wow, so specific until the Taman. Okay, okay. But actually, it's from Yunnan. The first tea that was discovered is in Yunnan. But after that, because the tea, they use the plant and then they take it to other countries to replant because of the soil and the weather and the temperature, so the flavor is a bit different. Like our Malaysian boh tea plantation in Cameron Highland, they did go and check the tea leaf, the size, and the type of tea tree, the trunk, everything. They're actually quite close to pu'er tea, right? So the word tea, right, is actually, you'll find out this, how they come up with tea, because they say as a human we need to back to nature. Tea is a way that for people to back to nature. So you look at the Chinese tea words, when you split it up, you find out in the center the Chinese word 人, which is human, which is people. All right, 人在草木间, which is the grass and the wood. So that's why it called 茶. So this is actually how they invented the word Chinese tea. In a traditional or a simplified version of tea words is also same. So 人在草木间. So if you look at, there's a TV series also named 人在草木间, which is talking about tea. So wherever people talk about tea, when in ancient Chinese people, they want people to relate back to the nature. All right. So the next topic we'll be talking about tea by numbers. So anyone have any idea what this means?
No.
No.
The number of thickness.
Okay.
like the number of batches.
The number of batches,
color of the tea.
color of the tea, but nothing related to numbers.
Number of the year.
Number years. Years. Okay. Quite close. Quite close.
No idea.
No idea. Okay.
I know. It's the processes of the tea.
Processes of the tea.
Like from leaf to in the end, like how much process has been through is the number of the tea.
Okay. Yes, but not really my answer. All right. Okay. So tea by number is anything that numbers related to tea, like the age of the tea, the country, the history, the years of it. But I won't go into very detail because it can take the whole days. All right. So tea was invented almost 5,000 years ago. So imagine Shen Nong was 5,000 years ago. He started drinking tea. That's how tea was invented. All right. So do you know how many tea plants are there?
6.
6. All right. Tea types of tea plants. Types of tea plants.
One
Do we
species,
get
thousands, I think.
1,000.
3.
I think
3. 3.
Species.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we'll start with Alex first. Okay, just give me a number. Just give me a number.
128.
128. Wow, very specific. Why?
The lucky number.
Oh, you're lucky. How about you?
Three.
3.
Yes.
3. Yvonne?
Okay, maybe not thousands. They all like stare. Look at me like everything thousand already. Stop it. 88.
88. 88. Okay, how about you?
13.
13. Okay, all wrong. Guess again.
Huh?
We come one more round. Guess all wrong. The number is actually quite high.
Oh.
Quite high. Much higher.
You see that?
Yeah.
Look at it.
Just now you say 1,000, I already feel very low already.
Wow.
Okay. 1,000 also low. How about, okay, let's start with Larry first.
13,000.
13,000. Okay. Got a 3 there. Okay. How about Yvonne?
Oh, 30,000.
30. Okay.
3,000.
3,000. Okay. How about you?
300,000.
300,000. Okay. So guess who's the closest one?
All wrong. Actually 3 million.
No, actually, Alex is quite close because it's
Yes.
370,000 type
You see
of
how you got it?
tea plant species in the world.
That means
Alright.
there are this amount of trees.
They can produce into tea. They can process into tea.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, not just in China itself. China actually take about 1/3 of the numbers already. All right, including Indonesia, India, Middle East, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, even Europe. Europe, there are tea plants there. Malaysia also Asian. We have few countries. Korea, Japan. Yeah, these few countries. But China already took up 1/3 of this number. All right. So imagine how China the number consuming a tea, right? So a bit basic history about Chinese tea is by number. So first tea discovered around 2737 BC. So until now, yes, so it's almost 5,000 years already, right? So Japan start drinking tea in 800 AD, but Korea start earlier. Korean start at 611 AD, right? Since 611 AD, all right? But the first tea that introduced to Europe, specifically France, all right, is from year 16,000, all right? When they first discover is actually when they're doing trading with Asian, especially Japan, France, Portugal. A lot of them, they actually do a lot of tradings with Japan and Korea and China. So when they start experience tea, so they start bringing tea introduced to their country, all right? And then the first tea they introduced to England is in 1650, all right? This is very important. Why? Because since then, they very rely on tea. They need it almost every day. Okay, so why I put Opium War on the 19th century? Opium War, nothing related to tea, right? Some say nothing is one cup of tea cannot settle one, but this is true. But tea also started a war, which is Opium War. A bit history about Opium War is when that time China actually a lot of opium cafe around there. So they find out that people are too rely on opium. They want to ban it, but all the opium is from where? It's from UK, England, right? But they're using opium to trade tea with China. So they say, okay, we have to stop all opium. We have to stop exporting tea to England. But they too rely on tea, so they have no choice to start a war with them. They say, we need tea. So that's how Opium War was started. So Opium War also related to tea.
Just because of tea.
Yes. Right? Because you have to understand that tea in England, English culture, history are very important. They need it in the morning, in the daytime, even in the night. They drink tea almost the whole day, even for their breakfast. The royalty, especially the royalty, drink tea. The consume of royal family drink tea per day is almost what we drink in a month.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a number of.
Cannot sleep, right?
They only drink tea and no water, is it?
Tea and whiskey. or wine. But wine is more on the Europe area. So England are more whiskey based, right? Right? Okay, so when people talk about opium war, so you know how it started, all right? So tea is also tea is one of the three major non-alcohol beverages that consume more in the world. So other than wine and beer, so tea is the third one of the three, right? And also more than 3 billion people drink tea. This record was until last year, 2023. The 2024 data we haven't counted yet, so we expect to be much higher. All right. So over 160 countries drink teas, and more than 4.3 million tons of tea was consumed every year. All right. So you look at this number. So in the future, if let's say we have exam, then this is a very important information. All right. Okay. Anyone know tea longevity?
This,
The age
in
of
terms
the
of
tea.
how long can the tea leaf survive with it?
No, it's actually a human. How long? They have like okay, tea longevity we call 茶寿. They are 喜寿. 喜寿 is 77 years old. When people celebrate their 77 years old, they call 喜寿. But how about 茶寿, tea longevity? Do you guess? Give me a guess how old it is.
65.
65. Okay.
77, then it must be 88 or 99.
Not necessary. Okay, but give me a guess. You say 68,
65.
65,
99.
99,
50.
50, 100. Close, but wrong. Okay. Again, you want to try? he is close. 100 is close. It's close.
It's close.
101.
101,
105.
105,
108.
108,
118.
118. Okay, that is actually correct.
How much?
108. Okay. So when people talking about tea longevity, 茶寿 means is 108 years old. So when they celebrate their 108 years old, we call it 茶寿 tea longevity. Why it is actually 108? Tea is actually when you split it into, just now when I say how the tea words form, when you split it up, it also become a number. How? See? Okay, so this represents 20, 88. So 88 plus 20 is 108.
But it can be 28 and 18.
80. Then how about the other word? I mean, we're using the full words. Right? 18. How I mean like 18, 8是吧?
But the first two, 28
28. Okay, that's a bit too short, nothing to celebrate, right? I mean, what happened if you die on age 48? Nothing to celebrate, right? Okay, so when they're talking about tea longevity, which is mean 108 years old, all right? I did actually attended one of my supplier's parents' birthday, which is 108 years old. They celebrate, it's like a big fest in their hometown in China. That everyone will serve him a cup of tea, which is very aged, very premium kind of tea. For him, he take a sip is a kind of like a blessing for them also. All right. So, okay, so the largest wild ancient tea tree in the world, which is actually more than 2,700 years old.
So tall.
Yes, so this is a height. Actually, if this is based on this data, they come out with this age. So they just only can have a roughly, it's more than 2,700 years old.
But I thought like every time why we see like those tea commercials, like
Yes.
all tea trees all short, and then
Yes.
they were like,
Like those in Cameron Highland?
Okay, that one is, this is a natural one. This is nature one. So no one purposely going to mark, all right? So
so if we don't pluck the tea tree, then
they
will
got
grow-
cultivate tea tree.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is actually a cultivate tea tree. So you look at the size, is although the ear is higher, but you look at the size, the height is actually shorter. All right, so it's a bit different. All right, so by this data also, from this data, so they can actually estimate how long, because you know how so you know how tree they guess the age is like. You chop it down, so you look at how many layers are there inside the tree trunk there, right? The round shaped bulat one, right? So, but they cannot cut the tree because it's too precious. So they only can go by the data here and roughly estimate it. So the estimation year is almost close to 3,500 years old. But this is for national record. So they just put roughly is about 3,200 years old. All right. Okay, so now we'll talk about the types of tea. So just now we talk about species, how many species. Then now we talk about how many types of tea. So do you know how many types of tea are there in the world?
Just give us a hint. Is it higher than the number just now? Or?
Okay, it's a single number. It's a single number. 6. All right. 7.
I think it's 5.
5. All right.
8.
8. Okay, can you? Okay, how about you? You say about 6. Which 6 type? Just give me a guess. Which 6 type of tea?
With green,
Green.
black, puer, guan yin,
Okay. All right.
oolong.
Oh, okay, one more.
Just now you just mentioned that as well already. What did you mention just now? Oh, yellow.
Yellow.
I heard the yellow there.
Yellow. Okay. All right.
Oh, color, I think.
All right. Okay. How about Yvonne?
I'll
You
add
mentioned
on to his that it did not add be red tea.
red tea. All right.
Red
Tea.
Red. No.
No, you see black.
Oh, black. Huh?
Okay. Okay. How about you?
I remember tea is differentiated by color category. So it's white tea, green tea, yellow tea, red tea, and black tea.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You are correct, but the number is wrong. Yeah.
Ah.
You still
Got more.
slightly a little bit more. How about
Whatever you said.
whatever you say? Oh, smart are you? Okay. Actually, in traditional Chinese, there are 6 types of tea, which is green,
oolong,
oolong, dark, black, yellow, and white. Okay. So you find out actually dark and black. Dark, right? Just now you mentioned black.
Puer ma for me lah.
Yeah. Okay. Just now you mentioned black, so dark is different. But how we categorize this kind of 6 different kind of tea is by the process and the fermentation level. For example, like green tea. Okay, green tea normally they didn't go through any fermentation process, so their color is very light. So that's why they call green tea. You look at dark tea, is fully fermented tea. So that's why the color is darker. You can categorize it as like this: the darker the color, the higher the fermentation level. So that's why there are 6 different types of tea. But just now when I mentioned this is a traditional record, there's a 6 type of tea. But actually Yvonne was correct. There are 7 type of tea. Right? Okay. Let's give Yvonne applause. Yeah, okay. So there are number 7 type of tea because which is called pu'er tea. Pu'er, yeah. Okay, because pu'er was invented much later. The history of pu'er only a few hundred years old. So not like other tea that actually, some have thousands, some have, even the first tea that actually was discovered is green tea. Alright, so there was actually, it's like few thousand years old. So pu'er was invented much later, but pu'er, there are few criteria to class as pu'er tea, which is they have to come from Yunnan. You look at the map of Yunnan, if you go to a place called Xishuangbanna, it's actually at the border of Laos, Vietnam, and Thailand. They can plant the same tea, but they cannot call pu'er tea because China already trademarked the name. It's like how champagne, you have to come from France, champagne, only you can call champagne, right? Same as pu'er tea. If you want to call it pu'er, must come from Yunnan, this location. Actually, there's a small town also called pu'er, right? So this is where they first started the pu'er tea. And then there are, inside pu'er tea, there are 3 types of pu'er tea. One is raw, one is ripe, and one is aged. So like Zach just now mentioned, he liked the ripe pu'er tea, which is the darker color one, right? So the raw one is slightly a bit more yellowish, all right, a bit lighter color, the flavor is slightly stronger. The ripe one, you look at this, is actually fully fermented, so the color is a bit darker. It's a little bit like dark tea, the process, right? Yeah, 生普, 熟普, raw and ripe, all right? So it's more on, you look at the color profile, the raw one is a bit more yellow-orange color. So the ripe pu'er tea is a bit more black towards red color, all right? But the third type of tea, which is an aged pu'er tea, but this is only happen with raw pu'er tea. When you raw pu'er tea, there's a bit of special condition is they will go through a natural fermentation, right? So you look at this is actually roughly about 1 to 2 years tea. Slowly become towards to the left side. So you slowly see the color actually become darker. This is called the natural fermentation process. Like just now the color, remember the ripe pu'er tea, when they're fully fermented, the color is actually darker. So when pu'er tea, when they go through the fermentation, natural fermentation process, you no need to like specially go and process it. You just keep it there, they will do their own fermentation, right? So slowly the color will become darker. So especially Malaysia weather are actually very good for pu'er tea to go through this kind of natural fermentation, because our humidity, our weathers, and our temperature is actually just nice. If you look at China or Hong Kong, Taiwan, their humidity is high, their temperature is slightly a bit low. So the fermentation, the natural fermentation process there is very unstable. Like what we kept in Malaysia for example, for 5 years, is equal to China for about 10 years, 8 to 10 years, right? This is, I tried it before. When the fermentation go longer, the flavor actually will drop. The aroma will drop. So when I tried the Malaysia, just this year, I tried the tea is actually from 2018. Malaysia one already start fermentation process. You already see they already start, the flavor starting to get not so strong, the aroma is gone. But China, we bought the same type of tea from China. Theirs is like very new. The flavor is still very strong. So that's why they say, a lot of people say, oh, they like to buy tea from Malaysia, especially those aged pu'er tea, because of the fermentation process. All right, so this is pu'er tea. So let's talk a bit about each type of tea. So green tea is the most common tea in the whole world, and then also the most popular tea. Most like those internet, there are most people search which is green tea. Even in Malaysia also, green tea is the most popular tea. So green tea, the flavor profile is a bit more mild aroma. So it is a bit of nutty flavor. And then it can go to quite strong on flavor-wise, a bit of sweet and bitter flavor on it. But have to be careful about green tea. They are very sensitive with temperature. So normally, those that you drink outside of Japanese restaurant, those that very good high-end Japanese restaurant, normally they'll use very good grade green tea. You can taste the tea is a bit more nutty, more green flavor, right? So what's the benefit of the green tea? It's very refreshing. They will help with digestions, and they are very high in antioxidants. But one bad thing about green tea is the caffeine also very high. Caffeine, okay. The caffeine is even higher than coffee, yeah.
So when you drink green tea, you cannot sleep at night.
Yeah, so, okay. I just give you a rough guess. Coffee, we're talking about Americano, okay? Americano caffeine level is about 100 to 120%. Can you guess the number of green tea, the percentage of caffeine in green tea?
3 times.
3 times, so it's 300. Okay,
200.
200,
400.
400, 4 times, all right?
500.
500, wow.
No, 真的。
Okay, so actually Yvonne is quite close. It's between 200 to 250% so caffeine. So that's why a lot of people say that, well, why they drink coffee they can sleep, but why they drink tea they cannot sleep. This is the reason why. And also in Chinese term, if you go to a TCM, they will say, oh, ladies, or you don't drink so much of green tea or tea because it's very cooling, 好涼啊, they say, right? So, but one good thing is they are very high in antioxidants, so they will help you to prevent cancer. And then also you look at Japanese people, their skin is all very nice because of the antioxidants, right? They also can help you to block the radiation. So that's why Japanese people actually, they very rely on green tea, right? Because of their, make it, that one haven't got any medical proven record yet. Yeah, so just a rough history about Japan and green tea. You look at Japanese green tea can be very expensive now, but actually there are a lot of this because of marketing. Yes, there are some is very good quality, that's why they can sell very expensive. But last time Japan, because of their weather and the food that they consume, they need to rely on tea to help them with digestions, everything. But tea is so expensive, only those officer or royal family able to afford it. So what they drink is the leftover one. So that's why they have a lot of like matcha, the kind of powder form green tea in the market, which is from Japan. All right. So the most common green tea from China, which is Dragon Well, Longjing, right? Longjing, Bi Luo Chu, and Mao Jian. So these are very common kind of Chinese green tea that you can get on the market. All right. So the second one is oolong tea. Okay, just now when I mentioned green tea, oolong tea, when we differentiate by color, right? So in Chinese, actually oolong tea is 清茶. Green tea just now is 绿茶. Alright, so that's why that's different. So both are represent green, but why is different? Because of the process is different. Oolong tea, the fermentation slightly higher, from 30% to some even go to 80%. Like 30% one is like Tie Guan Yin, Iron Lady. The higher one that goes higher fermentation, which is like Sui Xian, Da Hong Pao, this kind of tea, actually there are more higher fermentation. So their flavor is actually more stronger flavor. So they have a bit of more floral, fruitier flavor. Later part we will try one of the oolong tea. So their flavor can be from mild to very strong. Those that very good quality, especially like just like I mentioned, Iron Lady. This kind of tea actually, those very good quality one that actually the flavor wise is very light. But the aroma is actually very floral, very refreshing. And sometimes there's a bit of milk and also green, that kind of flavor, right? Okay, so what it can do, it can help prevent heart disease, prevent diabetes, reduce calorie, and strengthen your bones. So that also can help with your colon's health also, actually, for oolong tea. So let's say if you have stomach issue, you can drink a bit of oolong tea. Actually, it will help, right? So the most common one, just now like I say, is Iron Lady, and then what is rock tea? Rock tea is which is like we call 岩茶, 岩石, which is the rock, which is the tea tree that actually grow up on the rock, which is like just now I mentioned, Sui Xian, Da Hong Pao, Feng Huang Dan Chong. This kind of tea is actually considered rock tea, right? Their flavor is more on fruitier flavor side, and color, the fermentation level is also slightly a bit higher. So you see that just now the most right side is actually more red color because the fermentation is higher. All right. Until here, any questions?
Ngọc xí hông á.
Ngap Si Hyung is actually considered rock tea. 岩茶, yeah.
Just now.
Yeah,
Duck shit
Yeah,
Smell.
aroma.
Yes. So actually,
It's literally duck shit aroma.
so the tea is actually very floral flavor. So very floral, slightly light fruity flavor. very nice to drink, but I'm not sure why they call it that name. I haven't really smelled duck shit before, so
Yeah, maybe those red duck
maybe who knows? Who knows, right? Okay, so the third one is yellow tea, is huang cha. All right, so normally it's a bit more milder flavor. All right. Yeah, mild aroma and mild flavor. So the flavor profile wise is a bit fruity and nutty flavor. It little bit like green tea, but theirs is a bit green tea is more how to say, their flavor is not that strong. But when you drink it, it can help you to clear your palates, everything, right? But yellow tea is slightly a bit more floral, nutty flavor. The most expensive I've seen is about 500 gram is about 3,000 ringgit. Yeah, this is the most.
500 grams.
Yeah, because in China they don't go by kg, they go by 一斤两斤一斤一 cube. Each is half kg. Yeah, so the most expensive one I've seen is 3,000. The normal one, I mean, you can get those 100 plus for 100 gram, roughly about there. So just now, the previous one, when we talk about Da Hong Pao, also known as the most expensive tea in the world. The original Da Hong Pao tree in the world actually is only less than 10. And it's all protected by the government and was guarded by army. And we don't even have a chance to drink it because the tea, when they harvest and process, is all been given to the government already. So last time there's one batch of tea that left over about 500 grams and then they take out to auction. The highest bid is about 300,000 ringgit. Yeah, all right. So they're also known as the most expensive tea. Ringgit, it's not renminbi. Yeah, all right. So that one was auction price. It's not by selling price. Because they're so rare that only that much left, right? It's a different thing.
But this one you drink finish, then your 300,000 gone, not like jewelry you can redo.
You wear, people cut your finger, they also gone.
But at least you still can chase back, right? Okay.
This one you drink, you pee out finish.
Yeah.
It's good for health. The health benefit.
Yes.
But because it's rare.
Yeah, it's a rareness of the tea because you're only able to get it from government. Sometimes the government, for diplomatic meetings, everything, they'll give it as a gift. China, they like to give tea as their country, as represent their country as a gift, something like that. Right. So let's come back to the yellow tea. So just like I mentioned, the flavor is a bit more mild. Some is a bit green, some is a bit more floral or nutty flavor. Their flavor-wise is also very mild flavor. Especially it's good when you want to have your next meal, when you go from one course to a second course, very good to clear your palate. All right. So what's the health benefit of it? It can help liver protection, anti-inflammation, and also help with digestions. Right. Anti-inflammation, for example, like sometimes your gum have inflammations, everything, you can drink a bit of yellow tea. But yellow tea, to be honest, is quite difficult to get in Malaysia. Not a lot of tea shops sell. Even the one that I know, most of them, they don't sell yellow tea. Sorry, don't have.
Why?
The demand in Malaysia is very little. Yeah. So that's why, I mean, a lot of time, if I want to try, either I go to the shop that I know or I get it from China, buy for my own consumption. All right. All right. So the most common yellow tea is actually Junshan silver needle, Junshan Ningzhen. All right. Huashan Huangya. Huangya is like the yellow teeth. Something like that. The ya teeth is actually when when the leaf is just started to to bloom out, the tip, which is the sweetest part, the nicest part, the highest quality part of the tea. This is the most common one that you can get. I mean, let's say if you go to China, you go to a tea shop, a lot of times you can see these two type of tea if they sell.
How to buy?
Pay money and buy lor.
Where?
I mean, okay, the most common one, if let's say if you ever have a chance to go Guangzhou, there's a tea market called Fangchun, which is not far from the center town. You can go there. This is the world's largest tea market in the whole world. Fangchun, yeah. They have more than 10,000 shops that sell everything related to tea. So, very difficult. Not a lot of people selling. Huh? Yeah, you can Taobao. I Taobao. Or those that I know, then I directly get from my.
Then you should share us the Taobao.
Okay, next time when I buy it, I'll brew it for you all. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. So white tea. White tea is a slightly lighter fermentation. Yeah. White tea is actually about 10% fermentation. The highest one, and also it can go keep for age purpose, but normally they recommend white tea. The longest aging process you can go is 8 years. After 8 years, basically the tea won't change much anymore. All right. So the most common white tea is actually a bit more floral flavor. They are very floral light, very nice flavor, and their taste also very light, very mild taste. So when you want something for your afternoon tea, go well with your dessert, everything. Actually, white tea is a very good tea to go with because of the floral, especially with cakes, desserts. I won't recommend pastry because pastry flavor is slightly a bit stronger. Like for example, you go for red velvet cake, right? Those not very strong flavor cake, you can go very well with white tea. Or there's one is a fruit-based dessert. They can go very well with white tea also. All right. Okay. So yeah,
I heard you can't believe it.
you need a new spec. Okay. So the benefit of white tea is actually they are also very high in antioxidant, but they are not as high as green tea. They also help with oral problem, like let's say you have gum issue or you have ulcers, everything. It can help with your oral issue, or let's say bad breath, right? And also anti-aging. So that's why it's actually anti-aging is from the antioxidants part. Yeah, and yeah, green tea better, yes. But always white tea they promote as anti-aging tea.
Bad for stomach. From TMC say if you don't have a strong gastric, you drink too much green tea is very bad for
yes, because it's very acidic. Because the lower the fermentation, the stronger the acidic. That's why those, especially ladies who have gastric issue, don't drink so much of green tea, oolong or white tea, yellow tea. This kind of very low fermentation. Go for more on the dark tea or pu'er ripe tea. This kind of tea, right? So the most common one is Pico, silver needle, white peony, gong mei. White peony is actually bai mudan. You can see very common in a lot of tea shop, and gong mei also. Gong mei is actually very nice tea. These two are a bit more floral, a very strong floral flavor. This is slightly a bit floral, but also a bit more green flavor, a bit more earthy flavor. All right. So, any questions from here? No, right? Okay. So dark tea. Dark tea is actually in Mandarin we call hei cha. All right. It's a bit more mild aroma. It's a bit more woody or earthy flavor. So it's a bit more wood flavor, the kind of, because it's a fully fermented tea. The flavor can be from very mild, very smooth, to very strong flavor. All right. How strong it can go to is until it feel like your tongue is like a bit sticky. Yeah, and that's why it can go from very mild, very smooth to very strong flavor. Normally it help with digestions or help with stomach problem, like for example gastric or stomach acid. So some people they have like acid reflux, this kind of issue. Normally we don't recommend them to drink tea, but they can drink dark tea. Right? Dark tea actually they are fully fermented one. So like the most common one is liu bao, Anhua Hei Cha, Anhua black tea. Anhua is a place and then they produce a lot of black tea. Liu Bao also very common, but Liu Bao actually is last time is a very cheap tea. A bit history about Liu Bao tea in Malaysia. Actually, Liu Bao is in Malaysia most commonly used last time is in Ipoh. Okay, Ipoh, a lot of mining, right? So when those people from China, like your ancestor from China to Malaysia, when they work in the mining industry, they need to drink a lot of Liu Bao tea. When they go for interview, they will ask the interviewer, do you provide Liu Bao tea? If you're not providing Liu Bao tea, they are not working there. Because they want to get away all the dampness, all the subhay from the body, so they need to drink a lot. So even now, they just found that actually aged Liu Bao are actually quite nice also. So like recently in the market, a lot of people are selling those aged Liu Bao tea, which is very popular in the market now. We do have some aged Liu Bao tea. If you have a chance, then you can try it. The oldest aged Liu Bao tea we have in our inventory now is from 1950. Yeah, older than all of us here. All right. All right. So black tea. Why I put a bracket red?
Why is it called red?
Okay. Hong cha in Chinese it's called Hong cha. All right. Anyone know why it's called red? Why Hong cha red? They call black tea.
Because of the color of the tea.
Okay. You are close to correct.
Because of the color of the tea leaves.
Close also, but Yvonne's one is closer. Okay, just a brief history about black tea also. Last time when British, when they drink tea, they only drink two types of tea that import from China. One is green tea and one is red tea, which is what they call black tea now. But how they differentiate? They differentiate by the color of the tea after they brew out. Green tea, of course, the color is green. But when they brew red tea that time, Hong cha that time, the color is actually quite dark. You look at this, it's actually quite dark, so they just call it black tea. So make us until now very confused, right? Yeah, those British are. Okay, so the most common black tea we have is bo tea, the Cameron Highland bo tea, Lipton bo tea, right? So their flavor is a bit, they are more stronger flavor. Their flavor is, normally their flavor aroma profile is more fruity and sweet. So their palate also quite strong. So if let's say, if you brew slightly a bit over time, you'll find out it's a bit more bitter, a bit sour, that kind of flavor. So this is actually the difference. But actually, what's the health benefit is actually they can help with your guts, right? If let's say if you have a digestion issue, your gut sometimes they have they say colon cancer, especially they recommend you to drink a lot of black tea, but this is not medical proven, but there's a lot of people that actually recommend them to do this. They help with digestion and remove excess water from your body.
The one is meaning by what? Remove excess water
The
from
dampness.
Dampness and what they call Chinese 水肿.
Oh,
Yeah, water
the
retention.
water in the lung, that one cannot remove one.
That one must poke a hole and let
Yeah.
water out.
The doctor, that one doctor.
That one,
I feel like I go drink now already. The water is in my lung. That's why I got breathing issue.
I see.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
No,
So
it's
tea
okay.
cannot help. This tea cannot.
Oh.
So especially when ladies they always saw, they say 水肿.
So every morning they
you
drink
can
that,
drink.
it looks slim already.
It's not like 1 or 2 cup things you can settle. You have to drink like very long period of time. All right. Okay. So actually a lot of black tea they like to mix with osmanthus flower, which is very nice pairing also.
Yeah,
All right. It can go. Yes, osmanthus, the flower can make jelly lah. But normally I tried in Hangzhou when I went Hangzhou this year. They mix with black tea. Actually, very nice. This combination, 桂花, those yellowish, the 桂花 go. So it can pair very well with dessert also, especially your pastry, scone, macaron, this kind of.
Macaron with this tea.
Actually, because the one is sweet, yeah. Yeah, you'll find it. I also last time I feel it's a bit weird, but once I try pair with bakery pastry, it can go very well. Yeah, well, if you have the chance, so you look at a lot of cafe, they sell pastry, then you can try it. So the most common black tea in the market is Jingjunmei, Yingde black tea, and then there's one called Zhengshan Xiaozhong, which is also a very more fruitier flavor tea. All right. So the next one is pu'er tea. So just now pu'er, I mentioned there are two types of pu'er tea. One is one is raw, one is stronger aroma, and one is ripe one is a bit more mild. The strong one, the raw pu'er tea, sometimes the flavor profile can be from very fruity, very floral, or very honey, until very smoky. Right? Last time we do a batch of pu'er tea, it's actually very smoky flavor, which is actually Malaysian favorite. Because Malaysia, our taste bud is a bit quite strong, especially those older generation tea drinker, they like smoky flavor tea. I think later you guys settle outside.
Like smoky whiskey.
Yeah, it's like smoky whiskey, but normally smoky whiskey is from peat, right? But this is without the peat flavor. All right. So from the ripe pu'er tea is a bit more caramel, more sweet, and then more earthy or woody flavor. So they are very smooth. They are very easy to drink. So, but one thing about raw pu'er tea, when you soak it too long, it will become bitter. The most common pu'er tea you get outside is actually a ripe tea, because no matter how long you soak, it won't go bitter. The raw pu'er can be very, very bitter because they didn't go through any fermentation process. The process is a little bit like green tea, but just that their process, like raw pu'er tea, their process is not green, not oolong. So what are they? So they just put pu'er as the 7th category of tea. So the ripe pu'er tea also, because of their process, it's not like black tea, it's not like dark tea. It's in between these two. So they put pu'er tea, the whole entire pu'er tea, as a 2nd category. Pu'er tea, the ripe pu'er tea history is very, not long ago. It's from 1973, so not even 100 years old. So that's why they have pu'er tea, the entire pu'er tea is out of the traditional 6th category of tea. So what's it good at? It can prevent heart disease, help with digestions, and prevent gastric, high antioxidants, and prevent cancer. This prevent cancer part is actually been proven one. It's not just I say only. There's really a medical report that actually show that it can help prevent cancer and make the cancer cells smaller, the tumor smaller actually. Yeah. So yeah. So and the next one is actually prevent gastric, because especially the ripe one is fully fermented, so it's not acidic. So actually, if those ladies they have gastric issue, or gentlemen, it's very good for drink because it can help to ease your stomach, right? And also those that you have trouble sleeping, that cannot sleep at night after you consuming tea, pu'er ripe tea is the right tea for you to drink because they're fully fermented. I wouldn't say there is no caffeine, but the caffeine level is very, very little, only like 1 to 5%. Unless your body is very sensitive to caffeine, then yes, we don't recommend you to drink tea after 4 p.m. Why 4 p.m.? Because let's say you sleep at 11, from 4 to 11, your body still have time to digest the caffeine, right? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Like for pu'er tea, right?
Yeah.
When they do fermentation,
Yes.
or like when they say when we are trying to age the pu'er tea, does it have to be like in a set environment, or like, because a lot of pu'er tea they pressed it into like a brick, right?
Yes.
So if it's already a brick, does it still continue to age?
Yes.
Or does it stop?
No. Even though we call this a tea cake, the round shape. There are actually three types of shape of pu'er. One is a brick, which is a square one, and one is a tea cake, and one is something like a mushroom shape, a round shape one. So yes, even though you already compress it into make it into shape or even loose tea, the fermentation process is still continue. Even ripe pu'er tea, you still can go through fermentation process, but the flavor won't have much different because it's already fully fermented. So even after you keep it 10 years, the flavor change won't not that obvious. Not like ripe pu'er tea, not like raw pu'er tea. So when you keep it for 1 to 2 years, you can see the flavor very different.
So for business, don't keep much pu'er, raw.
Yeah, you can, if let's say people actually keep raw pu'er tea for investment purpose, right? So because of the fermentation process, when you age longer, the flavor actually become better, nicer flavor. So for ripe pu'er tea, it's more for drinking purpose, right? Okay, any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right. So we go to the next one. So, but also there are some people that we don't recommend them to drink some type of tea. For example, like pregnant lady or ladies during menstruation. So,
Just don't drink tea lah.
no ma, black tea
Okay lah,
still
dark
can
tea
drink. Dark
can.
tea still can. Black tea still can.
Only poor and
Poor,
black.
poor black and
Dark
dark
ones.
tea you can drink. All right. So if people who have gastric issue, normally we don't recommend to drink black tea, oolong tea, or green tea. Black tea, yes, they are very highly fermented. The black tea actually, they are about 80 to 90% fermentation. But some people, they like to drink it a bit stronger. So they will soak it longer, become very acidic also. So we don't recommend them to drink these three types of tea. And elderly, normally we don't recommend them to drink green tea, oolong tea, and black tea also because of the too cooling or 好涼, they say, right? Okay. Why this time I mentioned pregnant lady, they cannot drink so much of tea because they contain very high caffeine. It will increase their kidneys burden. The kidney is the one who process all the things that you drink, right? So it will increase the burden for them and increase the stomach acid also, and also cooling. So especially lady when menstruum, when period that time, there's a substance inside the tea. You need more things to help you to replenish your blood, right? So, but yes, tea, there's a substance that actually will help you to slow down the process, to help you to process more blood in your body. So that's why ladies have to be careful on what kind of tea you drink, right? All right, so let's take a break. So we'll come back later and then we'll do a bit of tea practice, how to brew a tea. All right?
Yeah.
All right, okay, thanks. Okay, let's start. Okay, so welcome back everyone. So hope you have a nice break, everyone.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
got your coffee, toilet breaks, everything done? Okay, before we start, let's do an energizer. Can we all stand up together? Stand up. All right, let's do, because there are 4 of you, let's do it 2 rounds. So each of you will name up 1 type of tea that you like. You can be any type of tea, all right, but cannot be the same. Like let's say you say matcha latte, you cannot mention matcha latte. You can say any beverages from Chaji or Cha Time also can, but cannot say Cha Time, Chaji, cannot. But you have to name one of the beverage inside their menu, right? Or any type of tea, all right? So each one of you will go 1 round. When finished, you come back and then second round, continue. Okay, you start first, all right?
Why yeah?
Okay? All right, ready? Let's do a trial run. Let's do a trial run.
Trial run later, repeat already.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's never mind. Trial run, you still can. Oh, you don't want to do trial run? Okay, okay.
No need.
Okay, let's do then let's do an actual one. All right.
Yellow tea.
No, cannot have to be the name of the tea. A name of a specific tea.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can
Name of a
type the-
specific
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
cannot
tea.
be category of tea. How do we name the specific tea?
Chrysanthemum tea considered tea or not?
Can.
Can.
But he did not teach ma.
Oh, but he teach a lot just now.
Yeah lah, that's why
he
one
teach
of
the
the-
colour
yeah.
of the tea only ma.
No, the name of the tea also. I
So
know.
see, didn't pay attention for a raw or ripe tea.
Who will write?
Oolong.
Earl Grey.
大红袍
How? One more round.
How? Then the colour one cannot. That means-
Cannot.
Or this one the jelly, the one what is it called already? That one dark tea cannot
Dark tea cannot. Name a tea.
Something-
You can also
or
from
something
Cha Thai
about-
menu or Cha Ji menu also can.
Hojicha.
Or Ji Cha, okay.
Okay. 龍井。
龍井.
入市香。
哎呀，
Yeah lah.
Cook bowl, okay. Okay, roughly this is the time. But okay, let's do trial round. Let's do it 3 rounds and see how fast you guys can complete. Alright? Alright. Let me do a you can repeat like just now, but within that round you cannot repeat the same one as your team.
So now it's just a time thingy.
Okay, now I'll record the time. Alright? Alright, timer, stopwatch. Alright, okay, ready? 3 rounds. So once you complete, you continue the second round. You complete, then you complete the second. So each of you have to think of 3 type of tea in your mind and cannot clash with your other teammates. Alright?
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
有時有
Oolong.
Earl Grey.
大紅袍
Hojicha.
龍井。
Breakfast tea.
谷保
Green tea latte.
Iron Lady.
Apple tea.
銀針
What 認真? Ding ding ding, 認真.
毛剪
Okay, 24 seconds. So can we do it within 15 seconds?
So repeat the same one lah just now
Repeat the same one, so we do it within 15 seconds. Can we do that?
Can.
Okay, ready? 1, reset. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
有時有
Oolong.
Earl Grey.
大紅袍
Hojicha.
龍井。
Breakfast
谷
tea.
保
Green tea latte.
鐵觀音。
Mint tea.
毛剪
8 seconds. Oh, okay.
耶
8.85 seconds.
Poor because
Oh.
Kukpo. No, actually Kukpo is chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum Boer, yeah. Okay, do you want to do one more challenge?
No
Okay lah, now it's 8.85 seconds. You
It's
guys,
already very
you guys pause a little bit.
No
Do you
need.
accept challenge?
Okay
Last one, okay.
last one.
Let's do it. See if you can complete within 6 seconds.
Okay.
That means 2 seconds each round. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
有時有
Oolong.
Apple
大紅
tea.
袍
Hojicha.
龍井。
Breakfast
谷
tea.
保
Green tea latte.
鐵觀音。
Earl Grey.
毛剪
6.4 But just now I mentioned it's within 6 seconds. But exceed a little bit. Whoa.
Okay lah,
Okay.
okay lah.
Okay.
Regulation is okay one.
Okay. Let's do a challenge again now. Okay, it's okay. All right, thank you guys. Please have a seat. All right, so now we'll come to. It's called 白毫银针。
还有一个什么后山银针。
狮峰银针，狮峰后狮头银针。Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
white tea. Yellow tea also. Sorry, white tea.
White
Yes.
tea.
Yellow tea is what?
Yellow tea is shit. I forgot.
Yellow tea.
Later I'll come back to you later. Okay.
毛尖 is green.
Okay, so now we'll go to module 2. So module 2 is the way how you brew tea, all right? So there are many ways of how you brew tea. There's no right or wrong way of brewing tea. Even like you look at, you go at IKEA, you buy those glass pot that can have a filter. You can use that to brew tea, or you can use like what we have on table now to set up to brew your tea. Is okay. There's no right or wrong way as long as it's convenient for you. And then the way that how you brew it, the way to the way that you like, the flavor that you like. So, all right. So in module 2, we'll cover 3 topics. One is the basic equipment of brewing tea. ethical and way of brewing tea, and then after that we'll do a practice and I'll do a demo and you'll have a practice of brewing tea. All right, so the next one is basic equipments of brewing tea. All right, this is how a normal way of setup. There are two types of way of brewing, how the setup. This is called the dry brewing way. Dry brewing way, you see normally you go to someone's house or office, you see their brewery table, they have a tea tray on top. That one is called wet brew. So what we have here now, you see here, they do not have a tray. This is called a dry way of brewing. It's a dry brew way, right? So you'll see why this is white color, why this is darker color, because of the material is different. This is called porcelain, that one is clay. The only thing clay are good is that when you use it long enough, the flavor, the tea that you brew, the flavor actually much better. But the only issue is you cannot mix with other tea. Yeah, like let's say you brew it for Tie Guan Ning, Iron Lady, you only can use it for Iron Lady. You can't mix with pu'er, you can't mix with green tea, everything. Because of the clay, the material itself is that if you use a microscope to look, there's a lot of small holes in it. So they will absorb all the flavor in. So while you're brewing Iron Lady, the next time when you brew green tea, your green tea will have Iron Lady's flavor in it. All right, so this is porcelain, is the most standard one. You can mix with any type of tea. It's white color, it's easy to clean. So you can use soap, you can use detergent to clean it also. But for clay, you cannot. But clay, once you use it long enough, it will look more shinier. So it's a part of like a hobby. People like to collect clay teapot. This is the reason why, right? So you see, they have 5 to 6 teacups. There's a tea wash, there's a teapot in the center, and there's a napkin just to make sure it dry on tables, right? So basic teawares that we have, like just now I was mentioned about the tea tray. This is for wet brew, so you'll see a tea tray on it. Teapots and covered bowl. Covered bowl is the earliest way of brewing tea, even earlier than teapot. The first way they brew tea is actually use covered bowl. So covered bowl is a bit more technical to use. Later I'll show you how, but have to be very careful because it's a bit hot. So teapot is the easiest way to brew tea, because like you look at English breakfast tea, all of them they will use teapot. But a really good teapot, when you pour the time, you look at, like for example, this is a teapot. When you pour out the time, when you stop it, the water won't flow back. This is a very good quality teapot. Yeah, also depends on the master of making these teapots, how good he is or she is, right? So, oops. Okay. The fourth item is the fairness cup, or sometimes we call Gong Dao Bei. Why it called fairness cup? Imagine, let's say you go to a Chinese restaurant, normally they give you one pot, all the cups you trade there. The first cup, the color is the lightest. The last cup, the color is the darkest, right? So the first cup, the flavor will be milder. The third one will be, the last one will be stronger. But before we pour into all the cups in front of us, we pour into this fairness cup. So all the flavor while we're serving to each other is the same flavor. So that's why they call a fairness cup, Gong Dao Bei, or sometimes they call Cha Hai. All right. So this is how they use it. And then the strainer just to filter out all the leaf, everything, because it's not nice when you drink halfway there's a leaf or there's a tea trunks inside your stick inside your mouth, right? So, and then the most basic one, teacups. Teacups, there's a different kind of, there are different shape of teacups. They are for different type of tea. Like for example, if you use for a bit more stronger aroma, stronger aroma flavor tea, you use higher cup. The size cup is higher so that they can keep the flavor longer. If you use the wider cup, the flavor will run off very soon, and the temperature of the tea actually will go cold very fast, right? So if let's say if you go for pu'er tea, because pu'er, they especially ripe tea or the dark tea, they do not have much aroma. They're more based on your flavor, right? That one you have to use a larger cup, a wider cup, so you can taste the tea better rather than you smell the tea from the aroma itself. All right. So tea holder, which is this one on the table. This is how you put the tea inside there before you serve into the pot or the covered bowl. All right. And then the tea towel and the tea tongue. This is last time before people really use this tea tongue, they serve by hand, but hygiene issue after COVID-19, so we all use this one. Also because of it's hot, so that's why it's easier for us to hold the cup. Right, so there, you look at this is a very funny shape, right? You see like a, you look at this way, it's like a hockey stick, right? But actually you hold it this way. This is the right way. So the pointer actually is pointing downwards. So it's easier for you to hold. It's also firmer, right? Okay, so etiquette and way of brewing tea. So we always say that even you in a dining table, there are manners, everything, same as what we do on a tea table. So there are ethic and also the way of brewing tea. So for example, your hand cannot be crossed, right? For example, like you are holding this while you're pouring tea, but you want to get something from there, you cannot cross your hand. In China, crossing your hand means you're against it or you are looking for a riot. Normally you see people are actually crossing their hand. So it's a manner, so it's not nice also, right? And the way of sitting it. So you see for ladies, their leg actually closer together. For gentlemen, you can slightly open wider, but for ladies, a bit, and then like chest up. And then your hand straight should be about 45 degrees from here. So if let's say there's no table in front of you, so ladies normally recommend you to put your hand gently on your thigh.
How you make
Yes.
the tea like that?
Huh?
How you make the tea like that without table?
You put
If
your
let's say-
thigh.
Let's say if the table is away from you a bit far, so it's not nice you do it this way, right? So you have to put it this way.
Like that now?
Yeah, there are some occasions that you are not in front of the tea table. Maybe you're from somewhere else. Before presenting, you are sitting at the side thing. So so for ladies, is your both hand will be gently put on crossover and put on your thigh, right? For gentlemen, so basically you have to sit up straight. So your leg can be slightly open wider a bit. So just a bit demo this. So for ladies, right? Okay, so gently sit like this. Okay, for gentlemen, you can slightly open up but sit straight. Ladies also sit straight. Okay, Larry, you want to come and try? Come, demo, come try.
I'm with the lady or the man first.
Lady.
Of course you are the man,
It depends which washroom you go to. Okay, but okay,
Just straight on, straight.
straight. Okay, but your leg.
Oh,
Okay, and don't sit all the way back. Don't lean your back. So you have to sit out a little bit. Yes. Sorry. So normally we'll put our hand not on the knee,
to drink a
but
tea.
yeah. All right. Okay. So
Just
slowly
make the knee.
like this. Yes. Okay. So firm, straight. So it looks more confident, more right. All right. Okay. So this is how a man should sit while they are brewing tea. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Larry. All right. How about Yvonne? You want to come sit
Okay.
present as a ladies?
I don't have tea towel.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Come.
So sit down, legs
Sit
together,
down.
and then
Okay.
hand on.
Yes. All right, so you look at the leg here is 90 degrees one. Just now, Larry, yours is slightly a bit inwards, right? So just now I forgot to mention, so your leg next time have to remember it's a 90 degrees, sit straight, all right? So your hand should be crossed, gently cross and then inward, okay. Okay, chest up. Don't be relaxed. Okay, one way to help you to relax your hand. All right, everyone, you can follow me to do this. Hold your fist. Hold very strong. The stronger your hand, then quickly spread out. Okay, then relax a bit. Then then you try to put it again. Okay, much better. All right. Okay, so this is how a lady should sit while brewing a tea. All right. Thank you very much, Yvonne. Thank you. Okay. Same have to be remember. Don't lean your back every time when you're sitting on a table. All right. So this is how the men sit. Okay. So this is how the way you're holding the cup, right? So everyone, you can pick a cup in front of you. Okay. Okay, just put in front first, all right? Put it down first, okay? Normally how we holding the cup is, you look at, imagine this is a clock, the 12 and the 6 o'clock, right? The first two fingers, these two fingers, 12 and 6 o'clock, and then the middle finger support the bottom.
Oh, middle finger.
Yes.
Not the wedding.
Yeah. Okay, you can do it like this, or you can do it like this. Okay. For ladies, normally it's a bit nicer to look it this way, but for gentlemen, you can do it like this. All right. Okay. And then while you're drinking from the side, so you have to turn a little bit and then drink from the side.
Oh.
Yes. So why we doing this? Before we have this clip that time, we serving tea by using hands. So also because of hygiene issue, it's not nice to drink the part that where people are holding. So normally when we serve tea from here, we'll hold it like this to you. So while you will also holding the same way that I hold. All right. So this is the way of holding the teacups. All right.
So basically our fingers are holding the 6 and 12 that we drink at night.
Yes. So for ladies, you can slightly use your second hand to support the bottom to drink it this way also, right? This cup is slightly a bit bigger, it's taller, so yeah, but
this finger can middle finger.
okay, you
we have to take up.
You can use it this way, like hold it. Cannot, right? Like this, no?
Yeah.
But be careful, this part will be a bit hot.
Burn
No? Yeah, it will be a bit hot, right?
Then the can swim.
That one you say lah, not me lah, huh? Okay. All right. Okay. So while you're serving the tea, like for example, like okay, Yvonne, Larry, when I serve you your tea, so I'll show you a hands pump or 請飲茶, or please serve the tea, enjoy your tea, something like that. 小二, okay. Oh, 小三, 小四, okay, so this is a tea palm salute. All right. So one tea etiquette also, don't leave your teacups empty. If let's say if you don't want any more, but don't leave it empty, because while you leave it empty, the person who serve you tea not sure whether you still want it or not. They will keep pouring for you. You say don't want, it also doesn't look nice when the teacup is empty. So if you don't want any more, you just leave it there, right? Don't leave your teacups empty, right? Okay, this is the step of brewing tea. So, all right, it's actually look very complicated, but it's actually very simple, all right? So you need to prepare your teaware, what things you need on the table, right? Like how the first photo just now I show you how you set up the table, right? The second thing is to warm your cup. To warm your cup is basically just roughly clean up your cup to make your cup warm enough. And then also when you serve the tea in a hot cup, actually it will enhance the flavor more, all right? And then cast the tea leaf inside this covered cup or teapot, all right? And then awaken the tea. Awaken the tea basically once the pot or the cup is hot enough, they will awaken the tea, and then the flavor actually will taste much stronger. And then steep the tea, and then steep the tea outside. You can pour into the fairness cup, and then also divide the tea, serve to the teacup, and then drink the tea and then clean the teaware. So basically it's a very basic way of doing it, all right? So just one small tip. Every time while you guys open up your tea from a container or from a bag, let it breathe a little bit, let it expose to oxygen a little bit, because it will enhance the flavor more. So let me do a testing with you guys. So there's this gummy on the table, not on the table, on my hand. So everyone take one, don't eat it first. Don't eat it first, hold it on your hand.
Question.
Yes.
Do we apply the same step like when we go to bak kut teh shop and we provide the tea leaf?
Yes, normally once you open, you cast into there. Normally they will already do the process, but normally one thing about, let's say you go to a restaurant, I'll recommend you to get one more empty teapot. All right, why? So you won't soak the tea too much. Yeah, it used as a fairness cup. So once it's ready, you just pour out. So you just finish the tea inside the cups, the empty teapots, then only you refill again. So the flavor won't be too strong or too light, and it can brew more rounds after
I
that.
thought bak kut teh, they all terus like already inside the pot liao mah.
Yeah. You just request you just request another empty teapot. No? Yeah, just request one more empty teapot. All right. So okay, this gummy. So why I mentioned let your tea exposed to oxygen, because it will help enhance your flavor. Same like our taste bud, right? Okay. So one of your hand, pinch your nose. Don't breathe. Okay, don't breathe. Okay, and then slowly chew the gummy. Don't swallow first. Chew. Do you taste the flavor other than the sweetness? No, right? Okay, open up. Okay, you see the flavors start to come out. So this is how your object exposed to oxygen, same as your body react. So when you expose to, so that's why sometimes when you're doing tasting, no matter it's food, tea, or any other drinkable beverage, try to breathe more if you want to do tasting, right? So this is actually honey lemon pastel. Actually very, very nice.
Yeah.
Right? So so that's why you look at here. 有点酸, a bit sour. Okay, drink water. Alright. Okay, so this is the way of how we prepare tea. Alright. So everyone roughly still remember the steps, right? Later I'll do a demo, then you can have a look. Then after that, you guys can practice. All right. So the way of brewing tea. So the weight, normally different type of tea will go for different weights. So like for example, the ratio of tea and water for pu'er tea is 1:20. So 1 gram of tea is equal 20 ml of water. All right. So for green tea and black tea is actually 1:50. So you look at green tea normally, because one thing is green tea, the tea leaf is also slightly lighter, right? For oolong tea normally is 1:15. So because why is 1:15 so little? Because the tea leaf, they will actually open up, you take more space. For example, like the one that we drink now is actually oolong tea. Later, the one that we'll try. So you look at how the first time you pour into the cup, and then after you brew it, then you see it will open up the tea leaf one. All right. So for example, like 5 grams of tea will need 100 ml of boiling water. This is for pu'er tea, right? So this is actually 180 to 200 ml size covered bowl. Huh?
Like those measuring cup like that. You've got then not bad.
By weight, no? Roughly we know this is what the volume size. Yeah. All right. Okay. So yeah. So be careful on the temperature also. Okay. Different type of tea, they need different temperature. Right. For example, like pu'er tea, we need to go for 100%, 100 degrees boiling point, because of the tea leaf itself is too strong. If let's say it's not boiling enough, so the tea flavor won't come out. All right. But for green tea and also white tea, yellow tea, you only need about normally I recommend 65 to 70 degrees. Why? Because remember just now I mentioned they are very high in caffeine because they didn't go through any fermentation process. caffeine is very sensitive with water temperature. Once the temperature is too high, so
The caffeine will die.
no, we will get bitter. And then also the tea leaf will oxidize. So that's why have to be very careful on the temperature of
So
the
the
tea.
caffeine will still remain the same amount lah.
Will still remain the same
Only the
amount,
tasting
just the
will
taste will be bitter, right? So for oolong tea is normally about 90 degree. For black tea also 90 to 95 degrees, something like that. All right. All right. So I did prepare a handout for you guys. So this is roughly info like the ratio of tea and also the temperature. So you guys can have a look. Then this is as a reference only lah. So, but in the end, it's still the way that how you want your tea to prepare. Okay, it doesn't matter like sometimes you want stronger, then you just soak it longer, or you just put a higher amount of tea. Let's say you want lighter, you can put lesser amount of tea, or don't soak it too long. Normally, if let's say you want lighter, I'll recommend don't put it too much lah, because sometimes you cannot adjust the timing also. So every time when you brew the tea, the first round and the second round, normally we took it about 25 to 30 seconds. But after the third round, you can start to add more times in it from maybe add another 5 to 10 seconds each round, so that the flavor will be equal, right? Because every time when you brew, the flavor will be lighter and lighter, all right? So, all right, let me do a demonstration of how we brew tea here. So there's a set of teaware here. All right, so always remember everything, your fairness cup is on your right side, and the pots or the covered cup is on the center, right? There's a tea towel is always in front of you, all right? Okay, right, so let me do a demonstration. Everyone can come closer. Okay. Okay, so remember the first step just now I mentioned. So prepare your teaware. So you make sure everything is there. What you need is in there. So you won't have kalang kabut, last minute go and find this and find that, right? So the first step is actually warm the teacup. So this is empty, everything is empty, so you just warm it first. All right. Warm it. So just now it's the same way of how you guys do tasting for the candy, right? Roughly you have a smell of this tea leaf. So what do you smell? Woody, a bit roasted flavor, a bit floral, something like that, right? But is it strong enough?
Not really.
Not really, right? Okay. So once you pour into this fairness cup, but before you pour into the fairness cup, put the strainer up first. And then after that, you cast the tea. Okay, let it put in there for a few seconds, about 10 to 20 seconds. All right, yeah, to awake the tea. All right. Okay. Okay, now everyone, you slightly open. You open gently open, but don't open too big because the flavor will run off. So you guys can have a smell. It is slightly stronger, more obvious. Yeah, more obvious the flavor. Is it more roasted and floral flavor
Yes,
rather than just now? It's only it's like a bit more mild, right? Okay, so normally the first round we don't drink it, all right? Because the first round the tea leaf is not fully awake yet, it's not fully open, so basically it's tasteless, all right? But what we'll use it is to warm the cup, warm all the equipments, all right? So have to be careful while you're holding this, all right? This is also while you're holding this, is like same how you're holding the cup, but just that this finger you put covered down. Have to be careful at the back here because the steam will come out from here, you'll burn your hand. Have to be careful, right? So before we serve to the cups or everything, so we have to we wipe the bottom of the bowl or the cup before we serve to everyone. So the first round just now we mentioned is not for drinking, it's just to warm the cup or to clean the cups and everything, right? Right, this is the first round, so we'll throw away. So just roughly gently warm it. Just like how you know you drink beer, you must use an ice cold cup than a warm cup, right? Same with tea. Tea you have to serve it cold. Why, tea you have to serve it hot. Why tea you have to serve it hot? Because you need the flavor. It's like, imagine, I'm not sure, have you heard of the ice cream theory? Your ice cream, when it's cold, when you eat it, it's actually just nice enough, not too sweet, all right? But if, let's say, when it melts, when you eat it, it's like crazily sweet, right? Because, so that's why the temperature, the lower, it will make your tongue numb. Yeah, so you won't taste the accurate, right? So this is the first round that we try. So slowly, while you pour the hot water, go slowly to clockwise. If let's say you're not very sure, don't pour so full. Pour roughly about 70% full, and put the strainer back. Okay. Before you serve, gently wipe the bottom of the cup, and then pour out. Okay, this is how you brew the tea. All right. So after you finish while brewing, you just put the cup at the side there. All right. So it won't. The hot air can able to release. If not, the tea leaf is very easy to oxidize inside your cup. All right. And then after that, so normally how we serve the tea is from left to right. Unless your elderly is on your right, so serve to your elder first, right? So like this, one can, right, roughly. So normally we'll try to serve about 50 to 70% full. Why 50 to 70% full? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, why 50 to 70% full? Because teacup is hot. While you serve too full, people are very difficult to hold. It also shows that it's a challenge. I say, oh, okay, lay law lah. See how you can hold it lah. So it's the manners also lah. So this is how. So like for example, like Larry is sitting here. So hey, wait.
Did you sit properly?
That's serving lah, not drinking.
Wait, okay, so
Drink sit like that, so if you want.
so remember how you serve. So the palm salute. So come, Larry, Yvonne, come have a drink.
Okay.
All right, something like that. Okay, so
Thank you.
this is how we brew the tea. All right.
So this is the term why 茶要拌
茶拌酒嘛。
茶要拌酒要满。
对
Okay.
酒 because tea is hot. It's very difficult to hold if let's say it's full, right? So like a challenge for people, like you're challenging people.
我 now 你也 get it 茶要拌酒要满。
茶拌酒满，因为
Yeah.
茶烫，然后酒满的原因是你碰杯的时候，酒跟酒它会混，
是
就不会就让对方知道你酒里无毒。
哦。
对，明白了吗？
明白。
I'm enjoying.
Okay. All right. So now let's do a practice.
Green tea.
This is oolong tea. This is the Iron Lady. So just now remember how much tea we cast inside and then how much tea is it now?
Oolong lah.
So you see, slowly it becomes
Expands.
expand already. Yes.
它长大了。
Okay.
Also, your 115 is the cup, not the water by.
1 gram equal to 15 ml of water. Remember?
Okay.
The ratio.
Okay.
The ratio.
Is there like a spoon or something like that? Or just-
No.
Okay.
We have a scale, those electrical scales, small scale. But roughly, sometimes we go by experience.
Yeah, lor, just take spoon, but can already lor.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon.
So, okay, there's also a way of how you serve tea. Last time in the ancient China time, how they serve tea is, they serve it to you in this way. For ladies, they will put on their forehead and then before they serve it. Like sometimes you watch an ancient Chinese war movie or ancient Chinese movie, that's how they serve tea. But normally nowadays, we just either serve it like this in front of you or we serve it in front of you, something like this. So Yvonne can hold the, yes, to get
Also
it.
receive also must like that lah.
Yes.
Cannot just pick out the card like that.
Cannot
Better.
lah.
It's a
Bad
manner
manners
lah,
lah,
bad
yeah.
manners, yeah. So this is how we hold it. All right, so okay, let's do a demo. Okay, I mean my demonstration is not. Let's practice how a roti. Okay, so we split into 2 in a team. All right, so okay. So who want to start brewing first?
Who in the team as in how ah?
And 2 of us.
Two of you. So one will
So
take
they go
turns.
there lah.
Yeah, so
Then you go lah.
brew 还是我 brew？ 我 brew 咩？
okay.
Then the tea we what? Doing the using the same bag.
Using the same tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means we're using back the one that you already.
Yes, I'm using it.
Sit properly. Why your leg went back like that?
I have not even sat down.
Okay, careful. All right.
Got more lah, eh.
Yeah.
Okay, sit down first. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Come. Zach, I'll put a chair for you. Okay, careful.
它这里有点，no problem。
So what's that one?
Okay, so let's start. Okay, careful.
So you need.
Okay. Oh no, it's okay. It's have to
This one is yours.
put.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's yours. Then how? Switch on. The last one is always yours.
This one is fine.
Oh, last one is mine.
Last one is always yours. Right? Okay, so let's start again. Okay, let's start from empty one. So you have to warm the equipment.
Okay.
This is a new one.
Okay.
So this one got tea ready, so you just throw it away. Lah. So use the clip to throw away the tea. Lah. Hold it inside here. It's easier. Yeah, inner, so it's easier. No worry, no worry.
This thing must go inner to the cup.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yes, okay.
Because it's hygiene ma.
No problem.
Oh, even hygiene.
Okay,
hygiene
before you
is
put
it?
it back, remember just now I mentioned, wipe the bottom of the cup first
Okay,
before you put it back. Okay. Alright, okay, then you put it back.
But actually, it don't make sense as well because our saliva go in ma, then this one go to the other one. So
Exactly.
But that one is before you serve, ma.
Huh?
This is because just now I already served you guys. But just now normally it's before we serve to anyone, before you start drinking. Okay? Alright, so you want to start warm the cup first?
Yeah. So I have to put on the side, right?
Yes.
Put the filter. Put the filter.
We have.
A strainer. Strainer.
I have to.
Strainer.
Okay, this is called strainer. So you can either put it first, or once you pour the hot water inside here, then only you put. But before you pour into the fairness cup, you must put the strainer. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Ah.
Okay. So this one.
Careful ah.
Okay, slowly, gentle. Okay, all right.
He's like so scared.
Okay, then
And then,
Why must be so near? That cannot fall a bit like that. Easier. for
can.
you.
and then
Alright.
after that, I have to do this one.
Yeah, okay. Because remember I mentioned just now behind have the steam will come out from there. So slowly
So just-
open up a little bit.
So
Okay.
ready?
If let's say you worry about too hot, you can use this cloth, the towel, to hold it like this. Hold up. Yeah.
okay,
This is
okay.
for ladies lah. Right.
Also, what guy cannot use cloth lah?
Can, but not as gentle as it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. So be careful at the back here, lah,
Yeah,
so the
the
steam.
steam.
Right, okay. All right, that's good here. So okay,
We are doing very well.
yeah. Already start serving.
Yeah.
And then after
need
that, I
three
have
cups,
to use this one.
No, we just prepare 3 cups. But let's say there's how many people, so you just prepare how many. So right here, you're not sure how full it is, right? So every cup you just pull 50% full first,
Is it?
half first. So you look at here. This is the more. Yeah. Normally we don't talk. Yeah, this one too much. That both are 2 liter. But next time it's okay. You just put 50% first.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I have to learn.
so yeah, tea have to be very patient.
Yeah.
Also help you to think, to like let's say quiet yourself. That's why a lot of times we focus on mental health issue. If let's say you want to know more, then sign up my next course about
okay,
tea and mental health. It's okay, slowly.
Then the tea I have to
Then the
do
tea,
again.
okay. So now this is the tea leaf.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Put the
The
strainer.
strainer in. Yep.
How
This
tough.
one.
Okay, just gently. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, Zach, very good. Very experienced. Always brew tea.
Last time I used to do
Yeah.
Okay,
a lot
up.
of tea at my office.
Right. Okay.
When is the letting it breathe part again? Oh, the very
The very
Very
first
beginning.
beginning, yeah, when you warm up all your teacups, everything. Okay, so you can prepare this
Yeah,
cloth, right? So this is oolong tea, Iron Lady. So you can taste it slightly a bit more roasted, more floral flavor. So it can go very well if let's say a very savory food. For example, like bak kut teh, or let's say if you have like a roast meat, barbecue, this kind of thing, it can pair very well with that kind of food. If let's say for dessert wise, it can go with pastry or bread stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it can pair very well with dessert on that.
有没有请我？
不用一直请的啦
OK
还要一直请咩？
你自己的你可以拿过来，你前面这里用。OK。
I've been waiting for that.
So like yours is yours，
Yeah,
你就自己拿回来，
自己拿回来。
自己拿回来
Okay. Okay.
，OK。是前面两只手指，对，How's the tea?
Very nice.
How's the tea?
Very nice.
Very nice. Good, good. So, how many times have that table brew? 3 times. Okay. So next we'll switch to Alex. Yes.
But I don't need to do
Okay. Maybe Yvonne, you
No need
Huh?
Then Larry's turn lah.
no, you brew one more time.
Huh?
Then Larry's turn.
So this one I have to put back also.
No, yours is yours. So you put it this side.
Even after like the second
Even
round?
after the second round, you just leave it by yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Second round is just pour water only lah.
Just pour hot water. Okay. Remember, just after you finish it,
Open
you have to
to let
open.
it air
Oh,
go
okay.
on.
Let the hot air go out. If not, the tea leaf will oxidize, become more yellowish.
I see.
All right.
But then if you see then like that, then those IKEA one very weird lor.
Okay, because IKEA one, the whole filter you can remove one.
Oh.
Yeah, I like to use the IKEA filter, the glass pot, because it's easy. The filter you can remove, so you won't soak the tea too long
It
inside.
become like what already? Like become the what already?
The fairness cup already.
fairness cup
Yes,
already.
yes. Yeah. So this is another lazy part of the tea. All right. So now for this table, you can swap.
I used to have my own set of tea set at my office table.
So you have China. So you are very excellent. Yeah, China. Yeah. Okay.
Also,
So
China, there is a saying that for this covered bowl is still easier, but for China, there is a saying that says that if you have a teapot and if you are drinking tea together with a lot of customers and stuff like that, the mouth of the teapot should never
pointing at someone else.
at
Yes.
someone.
So normally we put it like 9 or 6 or 9 or 3 or
or point to ourselves.
yeah. No, don't point to yourself. Either left or right. So this is empty. So we start from the beginning. This is your cup, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put it back. So you can start from the beginning, lah. So there.
pour away first lah.
Yeah. So you pour away first, lah.
But you got no more tea leaf left.
It's okay. The tea leaf I leave here. So it's like imagine you start from the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
I need to do the
here,
warming up again.
yeah, do the warming up again. Okay. This one I'll just leave it here first. So make sure the table is dry enough, lah. All right. Okay. Come.
識冇大哥。
唔識㗎，試下咯。
Okay. It's okay. I'll here to guide you. No worry.
Okay.
Okay.
You're ready for your
So
Okay.
my turn just pour water only lah. I need to do the whole chilling, cleansing.
Yes.
You have
You
to.
need. But wait, I'll get another teacup for you, the empty teacup. Yeah. Okay. The strainer.
手不要交叉。
Yeah.
So need to use the same way, right?
Same way. Okay.
做跳，好，
How's the tea?
哦，
Good.
喝。
What's that?
China 啊
Okay. So now once you're ready, so okay, you use this one. It's already with the tea in it. All right.
So he has to
Okay.
switch then because this is
小蜜
mine,
小蜜薯
this is his, right?
Yes. So switch.
，no that was
这样其实还好，就是不要看情况，因为
At the end of the day, it's the
有的
same
时候
thing
你
with the hygienic.
不要直冲
Because you're still using
到
the phone.
那个茶叶
Yeah.
Pour,
，Yeah.
and then like
No, because
It's-
only the starting part only we use
Yeah.
this.
Because
Yes.
now it's demo practice,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
use it. Yeah.
Only use this one. That's the starting part only.
Okay.
没有先倒这个。
so
So
you see, you get what the strainer is in the middle already, right?
the whole pot, because the filter is already built in,
Yeah.
and the filter you can remove it. So while you remove the strainer, you remove the filter. So it's like the pot itself is a fairness cup already.
The the teapot and the fairness cup is like in one.
Yes.
But that's Angmo what?
Yeah.
Like that.
So that's why I always say there's no right or wrong way of brewing. There are many methods, but as long as they brew out to the flavor that you want.
可以，老板
来
先开始。
猜一下。
Correct.
来，开始。
So can I actually use this one? Get this one?
Uh,
Or use hand?
hand
Hand.
better. But remember, don't cross your hand. Yeah, remember both hand don't cross. Lor.
Okay.
Right?
So now I need to wet this thing first. Oh,
Yes.
crap. Oh. Open first.
Alright.
Yeah.
Have to press this.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, the water.
Okay. Okay.
half lah.
Half.
Okay. Okay, don't face you. Okay. Then after that, cover. Right. Don't need to stir, right?
No need to
Don't need
stir.
to
It
stir.
stir will be very hot.
这样子这样
Okay.
有点厚啊，这个
Okay. Careful. Alright.
Just pour, right?
Yeah. Just pour back. Careful the steam from the
Yeah. From the
the
back.
other mouth.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So now I
Okay.
need to-
So now I'll switch the one that with tea with you, so you can start brew your first cup of tea.
Also no,
Okay.
I need
Remember,
So you
you
have
have
to
to
do this
clean.
Throw it.
You have to
Clean
throw
the-
it.
然后再放
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, don't cross the hand. This is one hand only, actually.
然后看看你的位置
That's very weird that this hand, what to do with the hand?
随便。
Then what if the water not enough for the cups there?
Because just now I only put half. Remember?
Oh, so half sure enough for three lah.
No. Half is not enough one ma. But just now because you just need to just clean it only. Yeah.
Then you have to dry it.
Oh yeah, damn. Huh. Sorry 老板小弟新来了哈，
可以，
不好意思。
我会选择原谅你。
这选择罢了。
选择。
是要选择。
啊，它应该也是差不多了，泡完茶了，这样。
诶，
它的确定也差不多了。
啪，one open，啪
现在在
，open，
Yes.
open。
不是
Okay.
这样子做的意思
How
是
is?
把它的那个茶
Just gently.
push 掉，所以你不是
Sometimes
这样
there's
子弄
bubble and
啊
everything,
你要
so you
把那
just
个
clean it.
bubble 那些
How
弄
do I
掉。
make the top spin?
That one later part when you're more advanced first. Alright.
那个要 wet brew，你 dry brew 的话做
对
那个不行。
Throw away all one right? Oh no need because that's the.
Eh,
The first one you already throw away already.
But throw away is the normal water ma.
But just now imagine it's already tea
Okay,
inside.
Really done.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
So you see, you didn't wipe down, so there's a bit of wetness inside here. So every time you have to clean it.
This is from just now on.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Okay. All right.
Accumulated one.
it's too.
Oh, sorry,老板娘，sorry。
而且你知道为什么会有这个？
Right. Careful. Your finger.
I'm looking at some.
If not, you also can use this cloth to support the water.
所以林总，我们那个2000万的听到。
So
2000万不够，我投资你1个亿。
So you see, like when people in China, when they discuss about a bit more formal matter like business, everything, they like to have tea. So they say anything, if let's say it can't be settled, you just had a cup of tea.
That used to be alcohol.
Alcohol is at night after the done deal, or before.
Actually, during lunch already start drinking.
That's an old time. I think now seldom.
Now it's seldom.
Now seldom, yes.
Now basically it's all.
Okay,
we
you
have
want
tea
while you're
and
holding the
things.
cup, don't hold it too high. Gently hold, yes.
Wrong also. You see your middle finger put where? Put the cup there. Not hot meh? Should be at the bottom one.
By bottom.
Not long enough lah.
老板娘不是这样的哦，你可以用这个手
Can
指。
you explain why like this gesture?
Okay, this
Why
is
you-
for thank you. Let's say when people serving you tea, like how you knock 1 or 2 or 3 times. No, it's a Chinese, China.
Qianlong is actually from Qianlong.
Yes.
Yes, because I remember. Yeah.
It's okay, it's okay. No, I mean, Zach, you can. Okay, it's a way of appreciation or saying thank you to. So let's say if you are serving to someone as your senior, so normally, when you're serving someone to your senior, most people are more elderly than you or more senior than you, they will knock you 3 times. All right, but if let's say if the same batch, like let's say your cousin or your friend, normally they only knock twice. But if let's say if you are serving someone to younger than you, then you knock once. Yeah, that's a way of doing it. But this is normally, but in general, we just knock 3 times. It's just a way of saying thank you.
Just formality.
Yeah, just a formality. Yeah. It's better than 1, 2, because not everyone understand how this works. So normally we just serve 2 times, right?
2 times.
3 times. Sorry, 3 times.
But in China, more complicated.
Yeah.
With 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4
Yes.
fingers,
Yes.
or whether it's stand up or kneel down or.
Yeah,
or
that
very
one
different.
that one is a bit more advanced courses. If let's say if you want, then yeah, you can sign up my next one, a bit more advanced tea brewing.
But actually, I think it came from Qianlong.
Yes.
Yes.
The history, the 典故 actually from
Ah.
Qianlong.
Yes.
Because he was disguised as a commoner,
Ah.
but he was serving tea to his general who is like lower rank than him. But the general wanted to say thank you, but he cannot bow down. So he actually have to use a hand
Yes.
as a gesture to bow down to the emperor that served Qianlong. That served him
Yes.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
tea. Yep, yep.
All right.
Nothing about that.
To Angmor already.
Banana bro.
Yeah.
我来去茶龟喂。
八卦.
So how's thing here?
Oh,
Very good.
Very good, very
Very
good.
good. How's the tea?
Just a
How-
question, like
yeah.
just now you said don't leave the cup empty. But how do you tell the person who's brewing the tea that you had enough?
Just leave
You just leave it there.
Don't drink lah.
Yeah.
Oh.
If it's not enough, then you only start pouring more. If let's say you already see all the cups are full, then you stop brewing anymore. You just stop there.
Okay.
Until they finish the cups, then you only start brewing.
Set mouth.
啊，taste better 了。
So just now you mentioned Yuan's one is not as good as yours lah.
Very obvious.
Hello.
Not talking about the way you serve. Talking about.
All right. So any more questions about the way of brewing teas, or any questions about like what we go through just now? What are slides from the slides or the module that we discussed just now?
History of tea.
History of tea. All right. I mean, do you have any other questions?
Oh yeah. I last time I heard other than tea leaves, some people are even using like tea seeds or something to make the tea.
Yes. Actually, anything that
什么茶青，还是
yeah,
茶节什么什么的。
cha. Okay. There's actually last time there's a way of saying this, like anything that can go through fermentation, you can brew it as a tea. Like
Flour.
wheat, grain, everything. You dry it, you go through fermentation, then you can start brewing it. Like 玄米茶, the Korean one actually is from a seed or a wheat. They start brewing it, but because they go through fermentation. Yeah, but if let's say if you go fermentation too high, the enzyme will have more enzyme inside, then will become alcohol, which is how beer and whiskey are made. All right. Okay. So all right. So maybe this is the last round. Then we'll sit back and then we'll go through overview what we have today. So Yvonne, how's Larry's tea?
Oh, very good.
Very
so
good.
Fragrant.
Oh, nice.
通常你
Except he
那
did
个
not
声
open
音
the
是
lid.
为了
So your leg, be
通常
careful.
我们在
Yes.
你是品鉴的时候
Your
有
posture.
平时喝的。
但是就是其实很没有礼貌，但是你有就是他们专门去品鉴 whisky 啊，品鉴咖啡啊，品鉴茶，他会故意这样子，是为了让那个 aroma 跟空气更多，去尝到更多的味道。
All right.
很有仪式感。
是啊，你在公司也搞一套，以后我就去
Okay.
公司养。
Why?
Shit,
Like actually, like how when everything slow down, so you have time to think. Because now our living, our lifestyle, our pace are too fast. So we always don't have enough time to think, to start planning everything.
去泡茶，那个香。
Then if let's say people like cheers like that, got such thing on a cheers.
It's okay while you're doing the palm salute. It's already start showing. Okay, please have your tea.
No, but just now that.
That one is for
But do
alcohol.
it look like opposite and then drink.
怎么敬
Or
茶
do it look at the side and drink.
敬茶就是这样子敬，就是 like just now, but we don't really practice this anymore.
哦。
This is only during like a very
Wedding
special
ceremony.
occasion. Yeah, wedding ceremony or salute to your teacher, your elder.
或
Yeah,
者拜你们，
对。
拜师，
Alright.
日本拜师。
Okay, so yeah, okay, maybe you can sit back to. That's it. Okay.
坐回来，David。
So how to keep all this left? Got special.
Yes, basically, you just clean it. Yeah, that's okay. Normally, everything after this tea leaf, you just pour it here. Everything you
Everything
put it
inside
inside here. Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. Just put it
Serious
inside. Yes, I'm serious.
So this one,
The fall lah.
And also,
we cannot put this way. Must be like
Yeah.
that.
okay.
Pour like that.
Yes.
全部放进去。
我放进去。
Okay. So if let's say cannot fit, then you put separately, no?
Oh, quite good this, huh?
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
You're pro already.
This one
Okay.
also goes there.
This one no need because this is dry.
This
Okay.
one?
Okay.
Not fit already.
It's okay lah. Then never mind. This one you can put on top like this. Okay. Not sure. Then this one you just put like this lah. So it's the easiest way lah. Yep. Okay. All right. So okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Now I know.
Okay, so now everyone roughly have ideas how to brew a tea. You can buy those tea wares that you really like. Can be complicated or the simple as like how I show you just now. Those are it's the most simple one already. This one, all right. So all right. Okay, let's summarize what we learned today. So Module 1, we learn about basic knowledge of tea. So remember the history, who are the two persons that we mentioned? Shen Nong, and then Shen Nong and
something you.
Yu.
Yu.
What Yu?
Oh, you, not you.
评语
Lu Yu. Lu Yu. Okay, Shen Nong and Lu Yu. Remember Shen Nong tried how many poisons plants? 76, yes, all right. So, and then we also learn about tea by numbers. How many type of tea, 3 species are there? 370,000, all right. And then the Opium War is started by tea, because of tea, right? And then what's the tea longevity?
108.
108, all right. And then just now, how the tea words form is from
Grass
人
human
在茶
grass human
人
wood
在茶之间
人在草木间。
在草间。
Yes, so this is how they form the tea because they want human back to nature, attached to nature. So that's why they go through tea, right? And then the third one is the type of tea. How many type of tea are there? 7. So can you name like
Pu'er.
绿茶、
清茶。
清茶、
black tea
black tea also called
red tea
red tea. And then
黑茶。
清茶 is
清茶
English is
Green tea.
white no.
oolong tea.
Oolong.
Yeah, okay. So 绿茶 is green tea, so that's all. All right. And then the module 2, we learn about the way of brewing tea, right? So just now we mentioned about tea wares. I still remember the one that you guys use. What was that? The one that you guys cast the tea? Covered bowl, okay. And then teacups, and then teapots. Okay, the way that you brew just now is called wet brew or dry brew? Dry brew, all right. And then the tea etiquette, remember? Sit straight. For gentlemen, the leg must be 90 degrees. For ladies, your hand must be closed leg, and then your hand on the thigh. Yes, all right. So, and then just now practice. Remember how you practice the tea just now? So when you go back, just now I think is Alex, right? I think he asked a very good question. But how about, let's say we have it in restaurant. How can we prepare the tea like how we prepared just now? Basically, it's very simple. You just ask for another empty teapot. The empty teapot can be work as your fairness cup. So once you're ready, you just pour it out to the cup, right? All right, okay, so basically that's what we learned today. So let's come the review. Everyone please read with me the review outcome. So the assessment criteria is by? Assessment criteria.
By way of Q&A.
Okay, so now all the participants like you should know like how to able to select the right tea for yourself. All right, so I'll say once you discover the tea that you like, don't stop it there. Continue to explore more different kind of tea. Let's say you found out that Iron Lady is your favorite one, but don't stop with that. Try other kind of tea. Try green tea. You might find out they have very different flavor profile, everything from there. All right. So thank you, everyone. So before we end, so I have this. Can you please help me to fill up this evaluation form? So 1, 2, 3.
I need to go back to the first page.
Oh, first page. Okay, let me go back to a first page for you guys. This one?
Yeah.
Okay, need more pencil? Okay, here.
So time is 3, 5.
Time is 3. 4.
3, 7.
3 to 7.
Yeah,
2, 7.
3 to 7.
Okay. Just now we start at 2:30, right?
3 to 7.
3 to 7. Okay. 3 to 7. Yeah, because we start a bit. Okay, course name is Your Cup of Tea.
Can
All right.